Hello, y'all. Welcome to another Saturday edition of Black Men Being Brutally Honest. This is Kev, and wow, it's been a good week. I would say any week that you make through living is a good week. Don't we agree? So listen up, guys. Be aware of what's scrolling down the bottom of the screen. Interpret it how you want, or you can take it literal, just like I do. Like, share, subscribe. Letting you know that my Cash App is down there also. You do what you want with your money. Um, I'll just keep that in mind. Fair use for edutainment purposes only. And I use the word edutainment because it's education and entertainment. Some people have accused me of educating them on certain things, so I don't argue with it. And some people say I can be entertaining, but I kind of argue with that because to me, I'm kind of boring. But who am I to tell you that you're wrong and stupid? I'm not a lot of these other content creators around here that try to tell you some shit. But don't let the smooth taste fool you. I mean, you step out of line just like anybody on this planet, then you deserve to get dealt with, and that's just what it is. Also, a language warning: I have a tendency to use foul language on this channel. Not to offend, but that's just the way I am. So you might hear a shit, you might hear a fuck, or something to that effect. But most importantly, I want to thank you guys for watching. Especially to the ones that are here. Every time I broadcast, or most of the time I broadcast, or or if you're part of the replay gang. Thanks for watching my content. I try to fancy myself a responsible content creator and not to put too many toxic messages out there. But it's it is what it is at the end of the day. Everything is left up to interpretation. And although a lot of the way we interpret things, and I can be guilty of this too, is kind of fucked up. But let's just go ahead and let's chill for like an hour or two. I'm gonna consider this. Fuck. I'm gonna consider this show right here a precursor to tomorrow night's smoke show. Yeah, I do a smoke show every Sunday, basically to air out grievances until I deem it no longer necessary, and then I'll switch to another type of Sunday format. I used to do the Any Given Sunday thing. I just thought it was a cool movie title. Um, well, a cool title for a Sunday broadcast, also. So I did that for a while. Now it's Smoke Show Sunday. Like I said, if you're walking in here, press the like button as you walk in, or you can press the dislike button. Who knows? Um, but speaking of Any Given Sunday, Jamie Foxx. I'm beginning to wonder myself what's going on with Jamie Foxx. They did what I saw was a very short video so far since he's been hospitalized. Saying, he said he knows a lot of things. People are saying a lot of things, but he want to thank him. I don't know if that's something that he did in the past, or that's something that he did recently, but wherever Jamie Foxx is at this time, I hope he's okay. He's been having some severe medical issues, and nobody really knows. No one really knows. We got all this speculation out here. We got all this. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's been cloned. MK Ultra has happened to Jamie Foxx, and I try to take that with a grain of salt, because there are some things in your life, or in this life, on this plane of existence, that we won't be able to control. And that right there, tonight's topic is not speaking from a position of weakness, is speaking to reality. There are many many things that we cannot control. We can't. So we'll just have to wait and see if Jamie Foxx is gonna ever address the public, because they're saying that a lot of people are coming up with a lot of conspiracy theories, like he took the vaccine and there's complications from the vaccine, and just uh I am to this day unvaccinated. I didn't take the jab. I was very skeptic on it, and like a lot of people, I was very mistrusting. So I mean, I'm still here. So um, it's but the thing is about, like I said, about things you can't control, is it just is what it is. And although Jamie Foxx is a celebrity, and a lot of you guys are like, oh, you talk about celebrities too much, Jamie Foxx is a black man. With that being said, a lot of problem with Jamie Foxx because he dated out. Because Lord knows that if you date out, it's the biggest stain you could put on the black community. That's just me being sarcastic. I don't give a shit. I don't advocate for it, but I don't give a shit either. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Hope y'all pressing like. I'm gonna continuously remind you to hit that like button. Like a lot of content creators continually remind you to hit that cash app. Um, the thing is about cash apps is that when a person genuinely gives you a cash app because they like your content, that feels way better than reminding someone that you have a cash app. So, whoever gives to me, it does, it makes me feel a great amount of appreciation. So, I will say time and time again that, I don't do this for the grift, but I will be brutally honest with you. If I can make a sustainable income off of YouTube, I would, because I can admit to certain things. I don't speak from a position of weakness. I don't. I tell you straight up what it is. It just, and I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, a lot of these people, a lot of these content creators, they say that they're here for the message, the what we should be focusing on as black men, but don't have too much resolve as black men when it comes to other situations, which is normal human response to um, denying the truth. That's one way. That's one way you can speak from a position of weakness, denying the truth. Let me type that out. Denying the truth. Trying to make it into something else besides what it actually is. And the truth is this. The truth is, I just believe that we as a people, and many people could probably back me on this, is that we don't really value ourselves as blacks. Some of us do, because I know some of y'all out there are going to be like, oh man, I value myself. Speak for yourself. Yeah, me. I just kind of don't dig that, or don't feel that whole just using yourself as a singular example. You can't express into being an individual, and why and why you feel as if that what I'm saying is not true. But I mean, seriously, if we value ourselves as blacks, we wouldn't deny the truth. Period. We wouldn't deny the truth. If you cared about this motherfucker, if you're a black man that cares about, helping black men, if you're a black woman that cares about helping black women, if you're a black person that cares about helping black people, then you cannot be blind or deny the truth. You can't be. You can't get fucking mad every time someone tells you a truth, an uncomfortable truth about how we are as a group of people. We can't. I mean, we got all these little narratives out here. We got people, yeah, they say that we in the space, all we do is focus on women and bullshit. And these come from people who focus on, I don't know, being messy about people, women, and bullshit. So, I mean, denying the truth, being hypocritical as usual. And I'm not saying it's all about problems. You can't stick everything on everyone. You can't. It's not a fair thing to do. But of course, life isn't fair. But we're talking about conversations and such. The chance to be a good influence on people, and letting them know that there are solutions that you can implement when it comes to certain situations. Say for instance, like, okay, we have this incredible problem with black boys, um, for some reason can't read past the third grade level. I mean, I'm sure that there are many that can, but when you have a statistic out there like that, that's pretty embarrassing. So, what's the solution to that? Teach the boys to read. I mean, is that simple? Is that simple? I mean, but we have a tendency to make things more complicated than what they actually are. It's not that complicated, for real, for real. I mean, unless of course you're a dumbass yourself, then everything is complicated. Just saying, y'all. Just saying. So we'll get more than getting into this speaking from a position of weakness, because at the end of the day, a lot of you a lot of people on social media try to push this message that black men are weak. And when it comes to speaking of position from a position of weakness, to say that black men are doing such, especially on social media, I want y'all guys to understand that's a very easy thing to do. And that within itself is speaking from a position of weakness. I mean, you may believe that you're making a difference and you're changing the fucking world, and and you are trying to solve a problem, but most of you, by speaking from a position of weakness, are causing more problems than you are solving. You really are, and we need to cut that shit out. Hmm. So anyway, also, uh, I see a lot of things. I see really more than I should. I do make time to, have some quality out of life. I do make time to touch grass quite frequently on a week to week basis. And, that whole touch grass thing is about taking swipes at people that, well, black men in particular, for being on social media, speaking on various things, So, at the end of the day, it's kind of a weird thing to say. It's kind of a weird thing to say. But, my suggestion to some of you that say that quite frequently is, why don't you go outside and touch some grass? Speaking of which, I got to mow the lawn tomorrow. So, yeah, that'll be my touch some grass for the day. But, wanting people to, quiet down, or trying to make fun of people for having the nuts to say what you don't want to. That don't y'all believe? I mean, don't you guys believe that's speaking from a position of weakness? And I mean, like, when you're dealing with our people, and I mean people, and how we connect with each other, I don't see how anyone is going to be able to avoid the opposite sex once and for all, and trying to overcompensate by throwing the same sex under the bus. That's not that's not any better, because both of them are time consuming. But what you have to do is, uh, you have to look at the quality of what's being discussed. when it comes down to that, then you can sit up there and determine whether it's a waste of time or not. So, all right, let me see who's in this chat. Hopefully, none of you are speaking from a position of weakness. I hear that shit, and it's just like, wow, nobody's using it in a context that everybody can digest. It's ridiculous. So, all right, like I said, we got Phil Brad in the house. What is up? Dane Wan. What it is. Long live. I'm listening. Christopher the Conqueror. What it is. D. Scott, yo. D. Scott, if nothing comes from his daughter, I'm not believing anything anyone else is saying. Salute to narratives and dialogues. Coffee Nino. The truth as I know it says name names. Oh, don't worry. KP from KC5. Salute, Kev. Shit, Keisha can't read herself. I think the truth can be accepted when it's given or received by the right people setting the examples who are following the model of support of black men and black boys. Yeah. But I mean, what content creators like currently right now that are doing that? People if people don't like if people don't like the truth that's being told, they will deny it and go into ad hominem. So that's a lot of the point that I'm trying to make. Big dog prod. Salute OG Kev. I support any black man that gets up here and does this YouTube shit and speaks his mind, whether it be about beaches or whatever. Absolutely. Yeah, man, look, one thing y'all gotta realize about me, man, I don't care about these hoes. Say what the fuck I want to say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. There is too much shit going on out here. Let me tell you something, man. I can have black people mad at me all day if I really told you how I feel about this shit. And I've been pretty clear and pretty truthful up until this point right here. And don't take that as, oh, you're finna start lying. No, I'm finna be even more brutal now. I am not liking a lot of things that I see. And don't worry, like I said, this show right here is gonna be the precursor to the smoke show for tomorrow night. So I hope all of you are here. Narratives and dialogues. As for me, I respect opinions even if they're not popular or not given a reason why the opinions are made. Can't tell something just because with no sources or sites that support what you claim. Hey, let me tell you something. You have a group of people that's running around YouTube that says that, hey, whenever you give sources and wherever you give stats, they call it shame, blame, and explain. And I do understand what that concept means, but it's like it's like it doesn't like it honestly it doesn't matter. If something sounds good to you, you will accept it no matter what. I mean, shit. I mean, I just wish that we all had the strength to call bullshit. Same here, Kev. You mean you don't have skills and resources? Hey, man, look. Hey, man, look. Hey, look. Look. I agree to an extent that you have to have something going on the outside. You have to have some type of life established on the outside of all of this. Otherwise, what are you doing up here? I consider myself to be a constant work in progress, meaning that you can never learn everything. And that goes for 100% of every human being on this planet. If you think you're at 100%, nah. No, not at all. Nope. Not a zero. Get the fuck out of here. Same meeting. Got to cut the grass tomorrow. Yeah, just spend a nice sunny Sunday. I mean, I don't know what to be tomorrow, but I mean, it's been pretty sunny around here. Hmm Oh, Shaka Nulu. Shaka Nulu. What is up? What is happening? Yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna stop looking at the screen for a little while. Why Skinner Man Cave? What is up? Why Skinner Man Cave been watching for a while? He's been watching for about 3 years, 4 years. So salute to you, brother. Denying the truth. Denying the truth. Yeah, like when you're a grown man that sits up there and talk about how there's not enough manhood in the space, there's not enough masculinity, there's not enough assertion, or whatever these motherfuckers want to say, using words they don't even know the fucking meaning to. When you say all of that, but you run them to a female or a female content creator and just start throwing black men under the bus like it ain't shit. Because I mean, believe like let me tell you something. I kind of like female content creators close to this space because it exposes a lot of you guys. It exposes a lot of you guys. You think that do you honestly believe that you can say one thing on you can say one thing on my channel, say another thing on the Roger Report, or say and then say a whole nother thing on the breakdown a woman's perspective, and I'm not gonna catch it? Man, I've been pretty like I thought that me being a courteous individual that for the most part gives black men a platform to speak their mind, I thought that was a good thing. I really fucking did. I really thought that was a good thing. But I guess I got to switch up a few things. I guess I got to switch up a little bit. Not to say that I'm going to make such a drastic change to the point where it makes me a flip flopper. I promise y'all consistency. I always will be consistent. But when y'all start saying little desperate ass things about my character, trying to use me as a proxy by saying dumb, then that's when I gotta start reevaluating, um, reevaluating how my approach to this whole YouTube thing when it comes to the Black Manosphere. Cause like I'm gonna get back into this tomorrow night. So don't think that I'm trying to be repetitious like RBR Network or as of late AM1. Oh, there go two names, Truth. You satisfied? So yeah, I'm gonna bring this up tomorrow night. What I'm about to say, I'm gonna bring this up tomorrow night. And I'm gonna put it to y'all just like this. There is not one single grown fucking man on the planet Earth that can emasculate me, especially from a goddamn Wi-Fi connection. Are you fucking kidding me? Man, I was hot when I saw that shit. Woo! I mean, you can only get so mad on YouTube. You can only get so mad because I mean, like, once you get too mad and once you get too emotional, they're all gonna laugh at you because hey, you know what? As a black man, you're supposed to show this little steel chest, which hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a tough guy routine as long as it's true to your character. But it's like motherfucker gonna say I'm emasculated, that I got sunned. Are you what? Okay, so since y'all niggas want to say that, since y'all niggas want to say that, just because you want to make me into a fucking proxy, because you don't like somebody. Let me tell you. Let me be brutally honest about Kev for once. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. That's what happens when you're married. You had your wife come and tell you some stuff. Yeah, but you guys, I had a content creator like say to me in the chat that, oh man, you only run your whole household. I mean, I'm not Genghis Khan. I mean, if that's what you mean. I mean, but let me be brutally honest about me for a second. Whoever I decide to align myself with is because I made that decision. I don't have to align myself with any fucking body. I don't have to do shit. I don't. I don't have to. I don't have to become reliant on someone. Putting me in their community tab. Nobody can twist my arm in this bitch. No one. Nobody. No one can twist my fucking arm and make me do any fucking thing. Nothing. Not a zip zero. I'm a grown ass man. I do what the fuck I want to do. I absolutely goddamn do what the fuck I want to do. And there's no grown man on this planet. Now, I can have some respect for some people. That's freaking obvious because I'm gonna tell you guys something. A lot of you guys can't compete with the plethora of information that BGS Ibmore presents. And that doesn't make me worship him, or that doesn't make me feel emasculated. Yeah, fucking dickheads. I can't believe nobody ever say that in referring to me. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. So here's what speaking from a position looks like to me. When you're a grown man that is very intelligent, that throws a tizzy because you heard another content creator talk about a fucking woman. I thought we were the leaders. I really did. I thought we were the leaders. Some of you motherfuckers ain't. And you're upset. So you get in these little coping spaces. I'm getting a little bit too much into tomorrow night. Because I said I'll mention it again. But yeah, let me leave it at coping spaces. Throwing your rocks and hiding your hand. That's speaking and moving from a position of weakness. Using ad hominems. Talking like a white parent. Trying to blame kids. Trying to blame Call of Duty on kids shooting up schools. Like some of you guys are getting very cringy. You really really are. And the reason why I'm just gonna be brutally honest with all this shit tonight, tomorrow night, any fucking night, any night I had before this, the reason is because I know it only takes one time for me to say anything y'all don't like, and then you're done with me. So we just might as well, since there's not so much of that kind of level of dedication, or I wouldn't even say loyalty because I have no reason to expect loyalty from anyone. You know, I do understand that we're all on YouTube, that these are people that we meet on YouTube, that we have real lives. But the one thing that you're missing is that these are real fucking people. You're real. You're all real people. What are you, fake people? You come up to the internet and everybody wants to be fake and call themselves trolls. That's another thing. Just because of your lack of intelligence doesn't mean you can just call yourself a troll. And for you to call yourself a troll, and you could be a reasonably intelligent person, you have made yourself look stupid. You've made your credibility shot. I don't troll people. I will drive a point home. That doesn't mean I'm trolling. But all this throwing rocks and hiding your hand, all you motherfuckers like Bitter Truth Show. Yeah, okay, that's another name right there. You think I'm scared? You motherfuckers think I'm scared to say names. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, the Coonosphere. Ooh. You worship just Pearly. Ooh, nigga, who you trying to impress? Who exactly are you trying to impress by calling a bunch of black men you don't know coons? Nigga, I'm from Alabama. We don't like words like that. We don't like words like coon. Speaking of which, Fresh and Fit podcast. They say a lot of things I don't like. Them guys are true and utter cornballs. It's like, look, I know people can I know people can like, they feel the need to try to assert their manhood through, I would say what they call roasting, but really a lot of you guys suck at roasting because it's not really roasting. And Fresh and Fit, they suck at roasting. They really do. All of those little old pseudo racist attacks on, and I call it pseudo racism because it comes from a person of color, is like you're trying to imitate a white supremacist. Oh, I'm gonna get to that too. White supremacy. Calling these dudes all kinds of monkeys and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. I know that people have a tendency to look like animals, you know, people tend to think like animals too, like a bunch of bird brain ass people around here. Fresh and Fit, man, look, stick to stick to what y'all do best, bringing stupid hoes on your show and making utter fools out of them. But oh yeah, no, I forgot they're winning. Be a hoe. that is that is like one of the most temporary wins ever. It's a short term victory. I mean, yeah. I mean, if they beating out niggas and then they invest their money and just to sustain some lives instead of being frivolous spenders, then yeah, that's winning. I do admit that. That's smart for business. But outside of that, it's very short term. I mean, and saying that is actually some form of submission because I mean, and believe me, it is a lot of these guys here are p whip that they submit to the pussy in a second. That's why you got a lot of these guys around here. oh, oh my god, these dudes are trying to SBE our women. Ugh. Trying to man, they go. Why don't y'all go SBE yourselves? Shit, man. Why don't some of you start trying to speak from a genuine place instead of thinking that? I mean, and yeah, what you're saying is you're trying to speak from a place of like, okay, we're gonna make fun of dudes if they go sit up there and try to SBE women. I mean, I get the concept of SBE, but I don't think that's a lot of what's going on with many of these content creators in the black manosphere. I mean, because we are such a hypersensitive group of individuals. Three people doing it going to look like 30 and 50, people. Shit. I mean, shoot. Like all these guys around here ain't doing nothing but SBE. Oh God, man, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing this shit already. I mean, I'm gonna do this. Like, I was gonna do this little 5 minute on Simpson shit because that's definitely speaking from a place position of weakness. I mean, and I get it. If you have a problem with somebody, if you have a criticism, that's fine to express that. But to do it repeatedly, over and over again, over like when you do that, you stand the chance of your channel becoming nothing but that. And then that's all people will come to your channel for is to hear you be messy and talk about a bunch of people. Some of you just and let's be kind of frank here. Some of you are just upset because a lot of these guys around here are using real world examples. And a real world example is something that you can't get around. It's almost as is almost as bad as getting, I mean, it's almost as impossible as getting around a fact, a whole fact. Yeah, we don't like facts and stats being thrown around here. I'm sorry, you can't argue with that. Now I continue to say you can't argue with that. Sorry guys, whoever's affected or offended by it. Sorry. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all feels. Nothing. Just like you ain't got nothing to do with my feels. Shoot. I'll let you handle that. Shoot. Why is it that we can't do a better presentation as content creators? You know. Ain't nobody saying you can't do something, but you can be pushed back upon no matter what. I don't give a damn. If it's me. If it's me, hell. If I've done something wrong, you push back on it. I want you to. Shoot. Maybe I will learn something from that. Maybe I will. Maybe I will learn something from it. Can't be too proud to learn. So go ahead and get offended. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and be offended. Go ahead and continue to say dumb shit like no one's ever gonna say anything back. Oh, that's another one. Feeling as if no one can push back on you. As if. I hate hearing this thing. Okay, let me give you a prime example. All right, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. He was making all these broadcasts, and this was about a year ago. This was about a year ago. It was repeatedly manosphere, 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 manosphere. So I used to go in his chat. It took 2 times. I used to go in his chat and push back. He would get mad and people in his chat would get mad. And it'll be the same response. So what you saying is we can't criticize. No. I don't be saying that. I don't say you can't criticize. Who is telling you you can't criticize? Who's ever said that verbatim? Who's ever said that? Verbatim, you can't criticize. Whoever said that? Whoever said you cannot criticize? Yes, you can, but so can we. That's what I was trying to tell AM1 that night, but he wasn't gonna listen. He wasn't even trying to hear me say. I said, yeah, you can criticize, but you can't criticize without pushback. Someone's gonna push back on your criticism. If your criticisms are legitimate, they can't really push back, but they will anyway. That's the rules we have as black folks. We'll make anything into a reality. So what you saying is I can't criticize. Why don't you try to have a coherent conversation with somebody? Instead of running to your channel crying and trying to insult people because you can't deny the truth. For real, for real. I'm addressing content creators. You know, I could address a couple female content creators too. Then you got some old numbnut trying to come. He's trying to SBER women. Well, I'm not joking, man. I don't give a shit, man. Not right now. Talking about somebody emasculated. Nigga, you emasculated. Fuck out of here. I don't defend hoes. And I never will. Oh yeah, and by the way, none of you are worthy. Any of you women out there that's getting mad about what I'm saying, none of you are our mothers. Ain't no black man ever gonna respect you unless you submit to him and you marry him, like they respect their mom. And I'm not saying that all are deserving of that kind of treatment, but many that don't deserve that treatment are getting that treatment, reverence and respect. Shoot, I love when someone says, "Who hurt you as a child?" I love when someone says that. I love when someone says, "Who hurt you as a child?" because you're making fun of a child getting hurt. If that's the case, if that's the case, you just black people are just for some reason, and I'm not saying all, are the most apathetic to other black people. The most apathetic, and don't act like you're not. And understand this: black men are black people too. Hmm. That's true. The lack of empathy for a person in a personal struggle because you want to be a fucking piece of shit that is so triggered by the truth. All right. See if I got see what's going on in this bitch. Yeah, I got a couple rule changes too that I got to discuss when I run panels. And don't worry, it's not going to be disadvantageous to people. I don't run things like a tyrant. Like I said, I tried my best to give black men a voice that someone can listen to. Some, I mean, all of us ain't. Many of us ain't cut out to put our voices out there. In fact, some of you niggas out there, they need to take y'all internet away from y'all. Yeah, but yeah, simping. That Queen Mother God crap. Oh, I didn't finish my point about the whole her hurt you as a child thing. I mean, once you become an adult, and I will say this, once you become an adult, then you are very responsible for you. You have to be. No one else is going to do it. And if you believe that someone else should do it for you, then hey, you need to, I don't know, meditate a couple hours a day, try to get your mind back in order. Okay, white supremacy, denying white supremacy. That's another one. Do you believe that if you give the superior position to a white person in a conversation, whatever the facts are, isn't that like you saying like, okay, since I believe the white man is more powerful than me, then that means that I'm weaker than the white man. And I always compare it to the situations like, okay, whenever I hang out with a white person, I don't care how accepted he is. Here, yeah, I used to hang out with white people, black people, yeah, mostly blacks, of course. When I used to take them into my environment full of black folks, it was always a level of discomfort they experienced. That's why I stopped hanging around the motherfuckers. It was always a level of discomfort. Like this, and I've said this before. Y'all act like white dudes just walk in the room and start slapping black men all over the head, and then black men getting on their knees. Oh, we so defeated and conquered. That never happens. Now, granted, a white boy can run and walk into a hood and come out unscathed, while The black, like not a bad hood. Let's use descriptive terms. A horrible hood. A white man can, he can do two things. He can walk through the hood and come out, or he stays away from that hood completely. But a lot of hood dudes, and I'm talking about most of them, and hood dudes, whether whatever, what if they're like kind of hood or they just like nigga this, nigga that, fuck you, nigga this, whether they're like that, they always have a level of fear when it comes to white dudes, especially grown older ones. Yeah, them motherfuckers, they get all day because you have this illusion that somehow that they're superior to you. But when you start saying stuff like, "Oh, black men need to shut up and fight the white man," when you start saying stuff like that, is because someone triggered you with words, or trying to or think that shaming men actually works. You, let me tell you something. You're not based on the continued existence of the black manosphere. You're not going to be able to shame a black man enough. You're not going to be able to do it. So I don't even know why y'all trying. I mean, apparently some of y'all got shamed enough. Clarence Jr. Yeah, man. Why do you like? I watch one video or one short. These motherfuckers keep coming down my damn timeline. And then it's like the only reason why I do kind of pay attention is because they always got like manosphere in their title, black men in their title, just these dudes, these niggas, like something to that effect. It is like, okay, I'm a part of the black manosphere. Let me see what they got to say. There's always this fucking bullshit. And it's like it's like this is what these people try to thrive off of, try to get an algorithm off of. Ugh, shoot. It's like, why don't you do some content that's worth a shit? Shoot, like Art New Stall. Yeah, Art New Stall does content worth a shit. Shoot, Art New Stall is my Art New Stall is my dude, man. You know why? Because he's not. He doesn't. Because you know why? Because he doesn't have a fuckery based channel. I mean, he does run panels, but if y'all don't like his panelists, you're gonna have to say something about every panelist that is on there. But Art New Stall has an understanding like I do that this is a black man's platform, and it's a shame that we don't see more black men taking the bull by the horns. Instead, worried about whether what one or two content creators are talking about and trying to blanket the whole black manosphere with that bullshit. Just because somebody says a bunch of bad shit about a certain space, that you try to deny it because you think that's going to save you as a black man. I got news for you. Wrong. People are going to find something. Speaking from a position of weakness. When you don't like a person and then they clap at you for saying some dumb shit, and I'm talking about just you, but then they try to use your family members as some type of shield. Like Sir Ism weak ass. Y'all sit up there and y'all talk about Edward Anderson. I don't think Edward Anderson even has a girlfriend. Y'all will talk about Edward Anderson all fucking day. Call Edward Anderson an incel. But then when you find out I have a wife, and I'm talking about Kev, when you find out that I have a wife, then that comes with a whole new set of insults. That comes with a whole new set of insults. Because you can't hit me with that shit. And shit, you really can't hit Ed with that shit. I mean, you do it time and time again. And it's obviously that Ed feels a certain way. I mean, hey, you know what? All of us feel a certain way. But what I'm saying is, the reason why I bring that up is, if you don't like somebody or you don't like what they're saying, all you're gonna do is find a reason to fuck with them anyway. It doesn't matter if they're an incel. It doesn't matter if they're married. It doesn't matter if they got 10 girlfriends. It doesn't matter if they're a high value man or just a high man. It doesn't matter. If you don't like them, you're gonna say bullshit about them anyway. It doesn't matter. You don't care about nobody being in no goddamn relationship. You don't care if they're single. If you don't like that person, you're going to say stuff anyway. But using somebody's wife, somebody's child, somebody's dead mother, I mean, using them as a shield because you feel a certain kind of way instead of dealing with that person head to head, that's weak as fuck. Tell them why you're mad for real. Tell them why you mad. Instead of all of that BS, tell them why you're mad. For real. Be truthful. Be brutally honest. Don't act like it's something else. Tell the truth. Take accountability. They say black men are lacking accountability, but I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. But earlier, I said Sheep's name. I mean, cool guy. I believe that he's genuine at times, but hey, don't just go to female channels or promote females and you talking about agency for black men. I mean, that kind of makes you a hypocrite. Nigga, I don't need none of these hoes on this damn platform. I don't need none of them. And the women that are courteous enough to show me a little respect and I show them a little respect, that situation is cool. I'm not talking about them. I have a job. Okay, proud of you. I got a job too. Let's go after some power. Okay, tell me how. Tell me how. And I mean, like, those answers are always presented. They are always presented. All right, let me see how many we got. We got 37 in here. Let's see what my likes looking like. Oh, y'all better press like or press dislike if you don't like what I'm saying. Hey, that's your freedom. I'm not saying you can't do that. Some of y'all are a fucking trip, man. Shit. Some of y'all, some of y'all. But hey, and okay, I'm getting a little lost in my thought process. Let me go ahead and look at these comments. There are 55 comments I have not looked at. So let's go. And boom. We should stop speaking on the women that yet they give zero fucks about how they perceive or portray us to the greater society. Yeah. A lot of people will say that we're in control of that as black men, but we don't control the media. I mean, we control what we say out our mouths on YouTube. Yes, there are some black men in place that can do some things, but when they're a part of mainstream media, like somebody like a Steve Harvey, he got to talk a certain way, or his bread and butter is gone. Art do stall. Kev, BGS it more. Hey BGS. Hey BGS. Look, man. Look, I don't believe that you emasculated me because that shit was stupid. That shit was very fucking stupid. For anyone to suggest that you are trying to gain some measure of control over me. I just believed you to be a grown ass man just like I was. I mean, shit. Art in the stall, what is up, brother? Paul Johnson, dudes talk about whining and complaining about women while whining and complaining about the men. Yeah, yeah. And let's talk about that level of reasoning right there. Let's talk about that. Okay. If men are whining and complaining because they can't get women and have sex with women, why are men whining and complaining about men? Think about that. Like, man, y'all look, y'all might as well let this shit go. Like whatever y'all saying out there about the ministry, y'all might well let that shit go because it'll get a lot worse before it gets better. Especially when y'all start saying shit about me. I mean, shit. I mean, it's enough. I get tired of hearing all these broadcasts about what these men in the manosphere are saying because, hey, you know what? You're supposed to be a content creator, which means that you're supposed to have a degree of creativity. That's not creative, but go ahead, do it. I'm gonna make fun of you niggas. What is talking about men all day? Hmm? What is that? Think about it. If complaining about and whining and crying about women because you can't have sex with them because you can't get one, if that's the case, what is whining and complaining about men all day? Hmm? Coffee Nino. Check out narratives and dialogues. Yeah, he's a content creator. He said, damn, why are they all up in your business that deep anyways? I don't tell niggas shit, and I'm very careful who I speak with on and off YouTube. Myself as well, but I mean, I've been on social media for a while, and I had to I I didn't realize that at one point I realized that when you put pics of your family on Facebook, that people are actually pull those pictures off of your Facebook just to insult you. You know, it's just that the first instinct that I have is that I didn't know that a lot of black folks was that low down. So I had some learning to do as I go along. But I mean, you say that you try to tell people as little as possible. If if I had known it was that severe, I would have came up to YouTube with an assumed name. I wouldn't have came up here in my real name because it's like it creates too many people whose ass you want to kick. That's what happens. You know, you ought to be able to move about in life without people taking jabs at your family, but they're gonna do that anyway because they're turned up, they're triggered, and they're sensitive. If someone got to attack your family or talk about your relatives, they're sensitive as fuck. And that's just all there is to it. They are fucking sensitive. Mo Mori returns. Man, the stats ain't looking good. More and more black men ain't having kids. Is anybody worried? No, they blame that on the incels. You know that. But I just think that a lot of black men are figuring out that shoot, maybe it's just better for me to travel the world, work on the best version. And I ain't talking about passport bros. I mean, shit. I mean, travel the world, going to see some things. Becoming the best versions of themselves. Trying to gain some resources. There's nothing wrong with gaining resources. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's one thing that black men need to make a push for: solidifying resources. So, just a lot of black men have figured that out. But see, the thing is though, don't act like a lot of y'all don't put pussy at the top of the list. You niggas just mad because you ain't getting no pussy. That's putting pussy at the top of the list. Telling somebody they mad because they're not getting sex. What I want for myself is what I want from any brother, but he can't have a hating and jealous spirit. Facts. All right. KP from KC5. The deductive reason of some of these people is crazy, bro. In other words, don't talk about Keisha. There's too many Keishas in my family. Keisha. That's an interesting name to use. We used to use Boone Quisha. Forever blessed. Brethren, BM, black man being real honest. Blessings to using yours. Yeah, that might have been a typo, but I know what you're saying, bro. Ninjas holding on to Keisha leg like Van Gundy and Ewing and shit. Black women, your mama black man. So is Meghan Markle's mama. You hypocrite. Jita, Jide. I mean, if I got that wrong, please don't be upset. One thing is clear: Negroes just don't like competition and diversity in an open space. There can be only one HNIC, an egomaniac, compete or kick rocks. Black folks are not monolithic in their endeavors. Yeah, we're not. Chaos reign. What is up? Ed just lost his mother. My deepest sympathies to Edward Anderson. Like, I lost my mom 2 years ago. So I know how painful that can be. So, yeah, and it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I mean, she was a great lady. She had all her kids in wedlock. Yeah. And she stayed married for over 50 years until she left this earth. So, you know, all these hoes y'all trying to protect, good luck with them ever accomplishing that. So yeah, so if I get a chance to speak to Edward or so, or send him a message or something, I'll just go ahead. I mean, if he somehow listens, I do extend my deepest sympathies to him. And for Super Sly 75's dumb ass to bring it up, because I was wondering who he was talking about. Because he made like a minute video. If you got to come in here and talk about with somebody dead, I ain't got no sympathy. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, damn, you don't even gotta fucking mention it. Let that man, let anyone who's lost a loved one deal with it how they see fit. Some of you motherfuckers are just dumb. Complaining about not being to get some pee makes men look weak as well, though. Who's saying that literally? I ain't getting no pussy. Goddamn. Like, who's saying that? No one literally says that. That is a talking point by that is an overused talking point by people who don't want to damn debunk the fact that the guy tries to put out about a woman. Who does that? Who complains about not getting any pussy? I literally don't hear people talking and saying, man, goddamn, I ain't getting no goddamn pussy. And people will sit up there and be like, well, you can tell who ain't getting laid. I was like, no, you can't. And the thing is like this: if getting pussy is the ultimate soother Like it's some great weed that's just gonna calm you down and make you stupid and calm in the head. What's going on in the hood with people shooting each other there? Those guys are getting pussy, I guess. I mean, it's not like yeah, sex is a great thing. It's an awesome thing. And it gives you this feeling of euphoria while you're doing it. And when you bust that nut, it's just goddamn, depending on who you're having sex with. There can be some great sex, there can be some okay sex. But it's not gonna solve every goddamn thing on the planet. Sexual frustration, yeah, that's a thing. But who says that? That was just like Tariq Nasheed talking about some dude said, I can't get no woman because I'm clean cut. Like, I was listening to Dr. Thunder and he was playing a Tariq Nasheed sound bit. And I'm sitting out there like I said in Dr. Thunder's chat, no one says that. No one says that shit. Like I see a lot of bullshit arguments. No, no, and I mean I'm not saying that new. I'm not saying that you never heard that new. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like I don't see it. I don't see brothers talking about, oh well, there's some people that say I can't find a good woman. If that's what they mean, if that's what they mean, like these brothers are just mad because they don't get no pussy. But that's about the closest thing to that. But yeah, if okay, let's just say in the most literal of senses that there is a guy that says that, man, goddamn, I can't get no motherfucking fuck these hoes. Yeah, that's pretty weak looking. Yeah, so let's take that in the literal sense. Soul provider streams, what is up? YouTube needs to update their chat. If you leave a comment and go out of the video too quick, it'll delete your chat now. Oh, okay. RPM, what is up? Paul Johnson, but who in particular is talking about not getting to pee? Spawn the programmer, what's good? Hurry up and buy. All right, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. Shoot, yeah, I might go for a little bit longer, but I'd rather all of us just go ahead and just come to a place to say what's on our mind instead of these constant fucking problems with each other because it's not a good look. It's not what some of you say good optics. It just isn't. The ones who are speaking truth, the ones who are speaking truthful and throw themselves amongst the world, not worried about what they have to say about it, will say, "Hey man, nobody want me." Big Game Orenthal James, what is up? He said it was taken out of context. Austin Dunham and Jackson Stack said that black women don't like clean cut guys, not that they couldn't get women. Oh, okay. Oh, that's where it came from. Okay, cool. Narratives and dialogue. I had heard them say they give pussy to the wrong niggas. No, they give it to who they want within their right. Just go find your match, I would say. That just sounds, closed mouths don't get fed. I mean, you got to be a bit when it comes to sleeping with women, you got to be a bit proactive as a man. Just not you can speak. You can actually speak without saying words. I would say something like that, or my old technique: use a corny ass joke. Just think of the corniest joke you can find and just use it. Like, I've had a few women that would say that they admire my courage. It's like, courage? What the? Huh? Somebody's supposed to be afraid of you? It's like, what? So, yeah, I used to be kind of shy though, but I grew out of it. Austin and Jack the Stacker get better looking broads than 99% of the people talking shit about them. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. That is awesome for them. Let's see if there's anybody I missed or is anyone I missed. Narratives and dialogues. Angry Man does that. Fresh and Fit does that too. Okay. Oh, this one I was oh, this is what I was talking about, Fresh and Fit. Yeah, that was talking about I confess. Okay, okay. Narratives and dialogue. I confess I did my part in a documentary about SBE, but it comes to a good place. Oh, you made a little documentary about SBE? Oh, okay. I'll be sure to check that out. Camp Low, what is up? Yeah. So, oh boy. Yeah, but yeah, fresh. Yeah, yeah, because like I said, the whole thing about Fresh and Fit being lame and calling folks monkeys and everything is like I understand why that happens. Not that I understand, is like I understand where Fresh and Fit is coming from because uh I don't think, and this is my opinion, I don't think that Fresh and Fit has a chance in hell against Abba and Preach. I mean, they may run a bigger live show. I mean, Abba and Preach, they do short videos, so they get exponentially more views from just doing short videos than Fresh and Fit does doing lives. But it's like, as far as the battle of wits, Abba and Preach destroying Fresh and Fit all day. All right, is that video on your channel? Like I said, I'll check it out sometime tomorrow. Yeah, but Fresh and Fit Pop, they corny for that shit, man. They was real corny for that shit. Yeah. Oh, DC Young Flies. Yeah, I heard about DC Young Flies. Baby mama, girlfriend, partner for life, whatever. Common law. Yeah, I heard that she passed away um due to they use this, they crafted this term, mommy makeover, but she was it said that she might have had a bad response to the anesthesia, and that is what killed her. My condolences to DC Young Fly and their children. Um, but one thing I will say is this: learn, like I know this is a platform for men, but sometimes women listen to, just love yourself, just appreciate yourself for who you are, and that's all I got to say about it. These we I know that a lot of guys constantly, frequently talk about BBLs, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, some BBLs do kind of look unnatural and hideous. I mean, they are unnatural, but they look kind of hideous sometimes too. But, and I mean, like, I've seen a couple great looking BBLs actually. Um, I don't know if that's what Jackie O was doing or whatever, but all I know is that she gone right now, and there's somebody who's in quite a bit of pain. Narratives and dialogues. Yeah, the black women are blaming DC Young Fly, saying he should have loved her more. Maybe she wouldn't. Did you see how many kids they got? How much more love do they the man need to show up? I mean, he loved her a lot. Like, they have like what, 4, 5 kids? BBLs look like watermelon and toothpicks. Yeah, get the thighs to match. At least get the thighs to match. But like, they had about coffee. They had about 4 or 5. Let me look and see how many children they had. Let me see. AC. I'm just googling real quick. Young Fly. Let's see, Jackie O. Yeah, she was pretty. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Maybe all the kids ain't theirs together, but they got a lot of kids. Like that's a heck of a thing to say. That's a heck of a thing to say. It's a heck of a thing to say. But let's get back. Let me get back to the topic. I don't want to be too erratic. But like my condolences to DC Young Fly and the children, is especially rest in peace Jackie O. Um, Speaking from a position of weakness, did you read the part I spoke about? Sheep stay sleep. Uh, Let me see. Let's see. You got a comment? I mean, like, I don't want I don't want to come off as like just kind of running things into the ground. Oh, Aaron Peters, what's going on? Yeah, I seen you was in there early. You know, part about sheep. I'm not sure. Like, let me. Art's very educational. Okay, art install. Art is very educational. It gives good advice. When I am there for him, not the panel. Although many of them have different points, except personal choices and opinion can be held. Yeah, yeah. That's all. That's all of us to an extent. Here's the language I've heard. She must have turned him down at prom, and now 40 years later, he still can't get over it. I guess there's never a time when a person can get over it. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about all the women that have like, I would never say that I truly experienced a really broken heart to the point where I just felt like giving up. Because I was always the kind of person that if I get let down by a female, I may be a little upset about it. It's just that I'm able to get over it very quickly, and understand that there are other females in the planet. Oh, there it is. I guess what sheep stay sleep, aka DS1, is speaking is on the dudes who are not genuine and are blending in with the black manosphere, who are doing the SBE with their gripes, have nothing to do with black women. Oh, okay. I mean, he has a right to say what he wants to say, but like I was talking about at one point in history, you know, and I'm just saying, and then I made that little comment about, you know, if you're going to talk about supporting, black male agency, then well, be that way. I mean, but there are plenty of black men that do listen to his programming. So, I mean, it's no, I have no legitimate problem with him. Just that one time where I made that video, but um, yeah, I mean, it's just some things that sometimes people say, and then what they do can kind of come into question. I'll say that. So I mean, it's like just don't want to be the kind of person that talks about someone all the time or a group of people all the time because I mean, I did have this thought though. Is like, okay, if the black manosphere is a really huge fucking problem, like, okay, say, because all we do all day, every day is talk about black women. I mean, like, it can't be any bigger a problem than or a much bigger problem than the the divester clan. And I'm not going to sit there and talk about divestors because I say divestors are gone. They're gone people. They're gone. There's no use in trying to reach them with anything. It's like it's like it's like a coon that is there's no hope for. Okay. Yeah, but my thing is this: if y'all so afraid that you're going to be scrutinized and the FBI is going to rain down upon the black manosphere, that's why many people are distancing themselves from the space because they're afraid of that. Then why is it that the divestiture troop gets to talk about, black men dying and, setting up black men by using the cops to be a proxy for them? Cartel, what is up? No, I guess we shouldn't be worried about that. And like I said, I ain't too worried about that. I don't come up here talking about divested zealot every day and you know how fucking amazed I am that she still has a YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah. See, that's what they talking about. They're talking about black women. It's not a bad thing, especially when they are hyenas and have bad behavior. These are the ones we should stay away from. Yeah, cautionary tales. There's nothing wrong with telling a black man, hey, if you end up with that kind of woman, it is your fault. Based on the information provided, based on all of the resources that we have, yeah, if you get screwed over by a woman in 2023, especially over something that's basic, man, hey, I mean, I can understand if you were like actually in love or something and she really played the role to the T of being in love with you. I can understand that, but it is that's not a screw over. That's just complete deception. But if you get screwed over for not much at all, then it's your fault, bro. Anyway, shoot. All right, let me see where my likes are at now. I see some people have dropped off. Probably someone has a broadcast going on or something, and some people look. Well, some people have a first love, and I do understand that. So they those people usually come back and watch the rest of the broadcast, which a view is a view is a view. No pun intended. You know. All righty, 42 likes. That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, but if you haven't pressed that like button, go ahead and press that like button. Go ahead and press that like button. Nobody's pressed dislike, so I guess I didn't say nothing that was too bad. All right, there's a link for anyone that wants to come up. I give this one a few minutes, and if not, then I go ahead and say a few more words, and then I go ahead and get it up out of here. Shoot, seen any good movies lately, y'all? I heard that. I keep hearing that the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I hear that movie is excellent. I hear that movie is awesome. And I heard that opening weekend it beat Super Mario. And then Dr. Umar Dr. Umar had a lot to say something. He had a lot to say about it because he was talking about Miles Morales. Uh, he was talking about Miles Morales around here chasing a white girl. Ah, damn. Fresh and Fit is over 1 million? Whew. All right. Yeah. So, see my movie coming out this week though, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. That I've been waiting on that one, especially since your boy Unicron is in it. I've been waiting on Unicron to come to the big screen for the longest. I know many of you don't know what I'm talking about, so but true OGs they understand. So, all right. All right. Mm-mm-hmm. But I'll tell you the truth. And like for all of you that think that insults work on me, I'm used to insults. I am so used to insults. When you're a black man that is brutally honest, oh yeah, they will insult you forever and ever and ever. I think I like very old superhero movies and series. Like what? That Captain America that came out in 1990? What old superhero movies are you talking about? Uh, I like the Bill Bixby's The Incredible Hulk. I grew up on that. Hmm. Yeah, and then a lot of the animated stuff, like the original X Men, and then they did that Spider Man in 1990s in the 90s. But yeah, Captain America, nah. I think more TV series for me than movies. Yeah, yeah, TV series. Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. So I used to watch that. Shoot, let me see. You must know who's sincere about true manosphere versus those who make the space look bad because they're blending in. Okay, and then I oh, old Batman, Adam West, and the Superman with George Reeves. But you say you must know who is sincere. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there is not a group of weirdos that are like. There's a group of weirdos in every space that try to blend in. Um, I remember watching Willie D's broadcast about the Black Manosphere, and he said that he did state that he believed that black men's spaces are a good thing. It is a good thing that men are finally telling people and women what they want instead of not having that voice, because you know it's been getting done to black men for years, and he thinks that's a great thing. It's just that a lot of people, they really are numb nuts. They are kind of raving psychos that they really do hate women. They really hate women, and it's just that what they try to do is for anyone that is I would say productive or trying to have some level headed conversations, those guys have a tendency to put a damper on it, by trying to be the loudest nigga in the room. And I do get that. Um, yeah, like I remember watching Jason Black. I still don't agree with his assessment of the black manosphere, but I heard that one particular call where that dude was trying to throw up black manosphere like it was some gang member Crip blood thing, and he was just screaming and say "fuck these hoes," we gonna talk about these hoes and all this other shit. And I was like, yeah, that right there is that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. But I mean, if there is a problem, if there is a problem that comes from a certain group of people, say for instance, like everybody brings up the Pookie and the Ray Ray bullshit, and if there's a problem with chicken headed Keisha, they should be used as examples of what not to be or what path not to walk down. They should be. No one should get a free cheese pass. No one, if they're fucking up. I don't care what gender they are. Period. If some of you watching right now, if you fuck up, it deserves to be mentioned. Speaking on black men who are anti-black in the black manosphere, is basically saying fuck black men and kids and boys, and also find black men who have kicked out of white spaces. Anti-black men who have been kicked out of white spaces. Oh, okay. Who comes to the black manosphere to argue anti-black BS? Let me tell you something. Uh, one denominator. One denominator is that this space is for giving black men a voice, whether we agree with what they're talking about or not. And we got to start defining these things that are black versus things that are anti-black. What we have to do is we have to come to a productive outcome that is beneficial, truly beneficial. Not not like I said, not a bunch of virtue signaling. Because believe me, I'm proud. I'm very proud to be a black man. I am very proud. I've stated this time and time again. I'm very, very proud to be a black man. And no, nobody can dampen my resolve on that. I don't care how embarrassing some of you niggas get out here. you know, I'm not really the one that says, "Oh, black folks." I mean, but I do know how to say that. Yeah, we do have some problems with our resolve as black people. So I don't know. I guess okay. Nobody wants to come up. Nobody wants to hang out, which means that all of you right here watching now are just here to listen to what I have to say. Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing me the love, getting me in getting me in this algorithm. So more eyes can be on this channel. A special thank you to once again. I'm going to thank BGS More, Edward Anderson, the Roger Report Live, and whoever else that Black Light Revelations shared my content a few times. She there's a few, and there's been a few others, but that's I appreciate you guys. I appreciate those guys I just mentioned in particular for sharing my content and helping me gain some subs and is this I want these guys to know that if you do say something I disagree with, then I'm going to disagree with it. But I mean, it's just that if there's and I just don't want any of those guys to feel like as if I'm trying to take swipes at them or anything. Um, because if at the end of the day, I do believe that right is right. I do believe that right is right, and if you're wrong, you're just wrong. But then, you know, just y'all come to the smoke show tomorrow night, cause yeah, I'm trying to come up with a few receipts of what I was talking about. So, can't touch this. They were complaining about Pookies and Ray Rays for who did not know they existed, and the people they were calling Pookie and Ray Ray into space were nothing like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. But let me ask y'all a question. You think calling someone a Pookie is denigrating to black men? Do you believe so? Do you believe that it? Do you believe that calling someone a Pookie is denigrating to a black man? And if you don't know the answer to that, I'll tell you. Yes, it is pretty denigrating to a black man. Hmm. So, okay, since nobody's coming up, let me go ahead and say this about speaking from a position of weakness. If you are a black man, if you are a black man that believe that you should throw caution to the wind every time you open your mouth, then yeah, you are speaking from a position of weakness. Or you're trying to get brothers to be overly cautious too, or you're worried about whether someone is going to make you look bad by their behaviors and their actions. Because I could care less, honestly. I could care less about. I don't take accountability for what Pookie does across town, or Keisha does, or whatever y'all like to call people. I don't take any accountability for shit that I don't do. And if we as a people learn how to take things on a case by case basis, it will solve a lot of these problems. You're supposed to talk about people fucking up. They're cautionary tales. There are people out there that must be aware of certain things. Like if I didn't hear how bad some neighborhoods were, I might have walked into some of those neighborhoods. And I did walk into some pretty bad neighborhoods in my day. I mean, right now my life is more about self-preservation because I have a kid, and you're no good to anybody if you're dead. They get mad and will call a man Pookie if he's not in the suit. Well, I'm not really a suit guy myself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wearing a suit, but I mean, if it okay, he might deserve the Pookie label if he wears jeans too skinny to pull up and everybody can see his underwear, especially if he's over 20 years old. You know. But if he's just like a jeans and t-shirt hoodie person, no, I wouldn't even say, because I love hoodies, so I wouldn't call nobody like that a Pookie. But like I said, if he likes showing all his underwear when he wearing pants, then yeah, they probably deserve that label. We at some point have to care about our image, whether it is a physical image or it's an overall outlook in society. But everybody, I suggest you tune in tomorrow night. Uh, I am not very happy with people saying that I was emasculated by BGS. Are you fucking nuts? Like seriously. I mean, damn, it's time to start. It's time for a lot of you niggas out here to start acting like adults. It really is. It's time. It's time. In fact, it's long overdue. It's long overdue. Yeah, I wish I could make a coping broadcast where I could sit up there and talk about the same people every fucking time. You know, just to see the same folks say shit all the fucking time. Loop at all black men in that stereotype, especially online, who contributes to channels and are here to better themselves. Those are the ones they shit on, or they will get mad. Pookie for women, choosing him. Uh, okay, all right. Let me talk about the literal shit again. If you are complaining that you're not able to sleep with women, let's talk about it literally. And you're complaining about other guys that can get sex, then that's pretty weak and that is pretty lame. That is pretty lame. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that gets upset because he's not getting any sex. Do what you got to do, buddy. Shoot. Do what you got to do. Like I said, every time in the past I didn't get a woman, I wouldn't second guess myself. Okay, I would take it as a learn. It's like what I did right with this woman, I could do right with another woman. What I don't do right with her, I could do with her. And also, you got to realize that there are plenty of women out there, plenty, plenty that would drop to their knees and smile like a donut in a heartbeat. You just gotta find them. You just gotta find them. All right, all right, all right, guys. All right. Speaking from a position of weakness, don't expect me to do it. That's the lesson that we should have learned for today from your commander, Kevin. No, I'm not your commander. I'm the commander. You know why I'm gonna call myself the commander? Because hell, apparently you can be anything you want to on social media without it actually applying to your real life. So I thought I'd give it a whirl. So what? What you Cobra Commander now? No, nigga. But but anyway, um, yeah. Speaking from a position of weakness, I would never expect any black man to, not even the ones that I disagree with. And don't expect, and you should not expect that from black men. Talking about problematic women is okay. Talking about problematic men is okay. When you are talking about real world issues that involve real people, then some people are going to get talked about. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And these little quiches that you call these guys trying to save, I don't want to save them. I want to be able to point them out. And like I've said this before, I want to be able to point them out with my daughter and say, hey, hey, daughter, you see that over there? Don't be that right there. Don't be that. Don't be that. Black men with daughters, don't be afraid to do that. Don't think in terms of this I have a daughter mentality. This I have a daughter therefore mentality. Because if you care anything her, you will want her to be better than the ones that came before her. You don't pacify grown ass women because because you have a daughter. No, you use stupid fucking bitches as examples of what you want to keep your daughter away from. I'm gonna say you cannot alpha way. You cannot alpha your way through that kind of thing. Just go find your match. Look, sit at a bar. Go to a grocery store. That woman is wearing tights for a reason. Oh boy. D Scott, thank you for the cash app. Yeah, but yeah, man, shit. People got to think in terms of that. And I mean, I'm not here to give y'all advice on females. I'm out of that game. It's like there are people that are much more qualified to speak on that than I am. You know, just because I'm married doesn't mean I'm better than everybody. So that I'll go ahead and say that. But yeah, thanks all of you for coming through tonight. Thanks for real though. That is appreciation like a mofo. And believe me, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to. I don't know. I'm not trying to work you guys over or anything. So if I've said something that you feel, if I say some things that you guys feel that is misleading, this channel is called Black Men Being Brutally Honest. So that should tell any black man that visits this channel that you can be as clear and to the point with me as you possibly can. Doesn't mean you have to disrespect people. Whether what's going on. Oh yeah, man. I'm checking out more of AK Nation News, man. Yeah, he's pretty hardcore. He's pretty hardcore. But I mean, it, it what the kind of thing that he says, the kind of things that he puts out there. I mean, brother, this is ways I've already talked, and I'm not even talking about YouTube. I'm talking about in life. Is yeah, he pulls no punches at all, and I respect that. I really do respect that. I mean, I'm not someone that has a bias lean toward black men. If there's a black man that fuck up, it deserves to be called out. Yeah, Kevy brings the hard truth. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'll definitely be checking out more of his content. He was talking about Emmett Till the other night, and he brought up a point that I brought up with some people I was sitting around the table with. No, well, sitting in a living room with, and I was like, man, black folks dragged Emmett Till out too. Cause and then here it is years later, he's saying the same thing. So yeah. Yeah, and he's presenting receipts and he's citing his sources. Yeah, he brings receipts too. He just don't talk off the cuff. So yeah, definitely that's a content creator I recommend to you guys. AK Nation News. I have that Emmett Till broadcast in my community tab. So definitely you should, like I said, go ahead and check that brother out. But speaking from a position of weakness, it does not make you weak to accept the truth. It does make you weak to deny it. If you're a black man, his content can be very hard to digest because he doesn't lie to black men about our behavior. Well, I should hope you, I should hope you guys don't believe that I sugarcoat it just because, like, or I'm so black man leaning to the point where I ignore our discrepancies. I hope that I haven't presented that type of content, but I do believe black men should have more of a fair shot with black folks, though. But anyway, that's it for me. Black man, don't speak from a position of weakness. Don't do it. Don't do it. And it's up to you to decide what that is or not. But if you do, and someone calls you out, uh, then you deserve to be called out. Let me just say that. I would like to know what his take on the Emmett Till situation. Coffee, go to my community tab. I have that broadcast in my community tab from AK Nation News. Go ahead and watch it. You can come back tomorrow night and tell me what you thought about it. But when I was listening to this, I wasn't one of those people. Man, come on, man. No, ain't no black folks do that to Emmett Till. Nah, I wasn't like that at all. I was like, wow. I was like, wow, he really does tell the truth. Said Kev, you don't sugarcoat, but the black manosphere does like to gloss over black male misbehavior and instead focus solely on black women. Yeah, that is a very flawed logic to just focus on black women and just not think about our part in it. Like the ones that came before us, and even a lot of us today, we do enable a lot of that bad behavior, and a lot of it is just to get some skin. So I ain't gonna drag this out any further. It'll be almost 2 hours by the time the end of the intro goes off. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's it. That's it. Thank you for tuning in once again. You guys have been great. And Smoke Show Sundays tomorrow, and I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do Monday. I think I'm gonna speak on Tina and Ike. Ike and Tina Turner. I think I'm gonna do that. So, because I mean, just a lot of people were like, Tina Turner, she doesn't deserve the rest in peace and everything, and blah blah blah, and she tarnished Ike Turner and all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna look at quite a few articles, and we can decide that for ourselves. Many people do have many opinions. I understand that, but you gotta understand that the way of thinking back then was not the way of thinking that is presented today, and that is making no excuses for Ike Turner because Ike Turner really was fucking crazy. But Tina was crazy too in many ways. But we'll decide that on Monday. So anyway, that's it. That is it. Speaking from a position of weakness, this broadcast is done. Tomorrow night broadcast is called Diet Fuckery. I was just like, yeah, it'd be funny to say diet fuckery. I'll explain that one tomorrow night. But that's it, man. That's it. We're done here. Like I said, thanks for tuning in once again. Uh, uh, the man say you should not shut it down, man. You have more people here than most. It's yeah, keep the audience contained, man. And like here's the thing: when people say stuff like that, even though that yeah, sometimes I have 13, now it's 30 or whatever. Is that I cannot discount the people that show up most, if not all the time, and having. And I know this is some pretty easy shit to say, having 10 people who actually like your content is better than 100 people in here for a superficial reason like fuckery. So, but anyway, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate it though, but I gotta get some sleep. You know, it's, tomorrow. Tomorrow's tomorrow. I gotta get up in the morning, cut the grass, and cook breakfast. And yeah, I cook breakfast on Sundays. And my daughter likes pancakes. So daddy has to have some energy for that. So anyway, yeah, making pancakes. Let me give y'all a little tidbit. Making pancakes with Bisquick is pretty fucking good. So anyway, that's it for me. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev, we trust. And when you don't give up, you win. And I really mean that. So peace out. Smoke show tomorrow night.